Hey you guys, welcome back to Alleyways, or if it's your first time here, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and if you haven't already, please make sure to join the Alleyways family, subscribe to my channel, give this video a big thumbs up, and turn on post notifications, not only so you know when I have new content, but also so I can include you in my subscriber shout out. This is my special way of thanking and acknowledging each and every one of you. I'm so grateful for all of you. The community here is just the best. I know sometimes the internet can be a dark and murky place, but I'm so grateful for the kindness, positivity, light, and love that we have here. If I've already shouted you out and you're looking for more ways to get involved, head to my description box down below. There is a link to the Alleyways fam Facebook page. We'd love for you to join. Okay, so as you can see, I am by my Christmas tree this morning, and somebody suggested that I show you guys how I wrap Christmas presents. I love that idea because wrapping presents is one of my favorite things to do. It truly makes me feel like I'm celebrating the Christmas season, and I love making beautiful packages, and I wanted to show you guys my basic wrapping technique, how I make the most of scraps, and also one of my favorite ways to package presents together. Let's get started. Who just got wild and ran through here after their bath? You gotta run crazy to dry off? Okay, I went ahead and got all of my supplies. I set up by the tree to be a little bit festive. This is an adorable ribbon that I got from Costco this year. I am somebody who absolutely loves the kind of natural materials look as far as wrapping paper goes. I love wrapping paper and ribbon. My mom always has. It's one of those things I could just buy and buy and buy and never get tired of. So this is a brand new roll I got that I'm really excited to use. And then I'm pairing it with this awesome reversible paper. I know you guys right now can see the gold and white stripe side. We're gonna talk about how to really get the most out of your reversible paper in just a bit. Here is the print. I think this is going to be an adorable combination. And the package that I'm gonna be wrapping is this, the Magic Candle Company candles that I got for my sister Courtney. I'm gonna go ahead and open it up because I know that a lot of people have been really interested about it on the channel. So I'm gonna unbox it and show you guys really quick. So here is the box that the Magic Candle Company sent both of the candles in. They were really well packaged. It came with this adorable little postcard. We bring the vacation to you, which, oh my gosh, don't we all need that now? They have a photo on the back with some of their sets. And then, as you guys know, I ordered Courtney 2 candles that each came bubble wrapped. Here is the Polynesian candle. Here is the adorable packaging. I think I did a really great job with the branding. Inside, it has a really pretty wick that I think is going to burn really nicely, and the smell is amazing. It says, "Aloha, be reminded of a tropical destination with our Polynesian fragrance. This scent features nuances of fresh green tea mixed with effervescent citrus top notes and crisp bamboo stalks." I thought this one was really cute. We all love the Polynesian. I think it would be my dream place to stay if I were to go back to Disney right now. How amazing would it be to get to do an overwater bungalow at the Polynesian? Although, if I'm at Disney, I don't really spend that much time in the room, and I think if I got one of the overwater bungalows, I would feel obligated to. Okay, moving on to Pirate Life. Here is Pirate Life. It is themed after Pirates of the Caribbean, of course. I think the packaging is just so adorable, so cute. The description of the scent: capture the spirit and excitement of a high seas adventure with our Pirate Life fragrance featuring pleasant notes of ocean air, fresh rain, and salty sea breezes. And inside, it smells so fresh right when you open it. Again, a nice color and a beautiful wick. So if you came here for just instructions on how to wrap, I'm sorry. I'll probably put instructions to skip before this in case you didn't want to see the unboxing. But I've talked a lot about these candles, and I know a lot of people have been interested about them on the channel. So I just wanted to show you guys what you can expect if you order from Magic Candle Company. I'm not an affiliate, don't have a partnership. These didn't get sent to me for free. This is literally just something I bought because I was interested and I thought that Courtney would love it. So excited to give it to her, so now let's go wrap it for her. Now I chose this paper because it's new and I wanted to use it. It isn't ideal for my package. You guys can see the shape of my package is kind of long, it's narrow. I wouldn't normally choose a paper that is this big for this kind of package. I'm just doing this because I want to use this paper. I think it's so adorable. So what I really want to do when I get started is measure the amount of paper that I need to make sure that I'm using only the amount that I can, that I don't have too much excess, because I don't want to be wasteful. So, because you guys can see this is a really long, tall paper, and this is a long, tall package, the best use of the paper is going to be for me to set my box down like this and cut it long ways, mimicking the shape of the package. Now before I go, I do want to make sure that the length is going to be covered. We already know that because it's much taller, but if you're on a closer call, here's what you can do. Start at the edge of your paper with your box and turn it end over end to make sure that there's still enough paper here that's going to completely cover each side of your package. That's how you're going to measure for the length. Now to measure for the width, what you're going to do is take this end and fold it to make sure it comes up to this edge of the package. That's going to give you more than enough. So now that I have done that and I know I'm going to have enough both ways, I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to hopefully glide them right up next to the box, cutting the length of the paper. I'll move so you guys can see that. So again, I'm going to show you guys this measurement once more. To measure your length, to make sure this is going to be covered, you're going to measure just like this, starting right at the edge of your paper here, turning it end over end for each side of the package that's going to need coverage. So that's how you measure to make sure you have sufficient length. And then for your width, take this and fold up here, because this fold is going to cover the sides. So each side, it's only going to have to come halfway up. So if we double that, we know we're going to be covered on these two sides of the boxes. So now let's cut our paper. And we're just going to eyeball it. Like so. Fold up the rest. Now let's get to folding and taping. Okay, so like I said, we measured end over end to make sure that we had coverage for these surfaces. So now I always want to make sure that my folds are on the bottom of the package. I just think it looks more beautiful that way. Here's what I'm going to do. See? We have our coverage. We know we're good. We've covered all those surfaces that we measured for. And you guys can see I've got some excess here. Now this is what we're going to do. I don't like to fold all the excess in. I think it makes the package look a little bulky and a little messy. So I'm going to cut off the excess just so we have a nice clean meeting point, and we're going to set this scrap aside to use in just a bit. So now you can see we have just the right amount of paper. A logo like this I'm going to tuck underneath like so, and then I'm just going to get a good piece of tape and secure it there. There's nothing more satisfying than when your patterns meet. So we don't have that happening, but sometimes it will, and that's super satisfying. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to do this side really quickly and prep it and put this box upright so I can show you how we fold in our edges. Okay, now we've come to the sides of our package. What you're going to want to do is fold this paper directly in towards the middle and crease the edges nicely, just like so. Once you've done that, some people tape here, I just hold it with my finger. You're going to take each side and push it down, creating an identical fold like we did over here, and creasing that so it's nice and clean. Repeat that on the other side. And then all you have left is this here. Now you can fold that down just like so, just to make things look a little neater and cleaner, especially if your cuts with your paper got a little wonky, if you don't have sharp scissors or you just have really tough paper. I just create one little fold right there, making sure everything is nice and tight. I fold that down, and then I use 3 pieces of tape. And these can be smaller here. One in the middle, And then we'll put one on each side. Okay, now we've got that fastened at all 3 points. You're gonna flip it over to the side that we prepped, and you guys can see this end is going to be a little looser, a little wilder, because we're dealing with all of our excess paper here. So what we're gonna do is just repeat the same process with all of our folds and tape that down, make sure it's nice and neat. And then I'm gonna come back and show you one way to really make all of the edges of your packages look nice and crisp. All right, now we have both sides sealed nicely. One last thing that I do is I just crease the edges of the package that are going to be face up, just to create nice, clean lines and to make it look really nice and sharp. Okay, now we've got that done. Let's move on to our ribbon and our scrap paper. Okay, this next step is totally excessive. It's just something I like to do. Sometimes you'll have a little scrap piece like this that's kind of difficult to use and you don't want to throw it away. I hate waste. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as an extra layer of paper just by taking my scissors. I'm going to try and create 2 even pieces. And what I'm going to do is fix this to the package like so, and take the other piece with the portions that are face up and create a band that goes around the entirety of the package. You don't have to do this, like I said, it is just a way for me to feel like I'm using more of the paper. I'm gonna go get this fixed down and I'll show you guys how it looks when we come back. Okay, so now I have used my scraps to just create another layer, more interest on my package. I'm happy with how that looks. Now let's move on to our bow. Okay, with our scrap runner complete, we want to take our bow obviously in the opposite direction. That way that can still be seen. We don't want to cover it. I like to have a nice and big bow, even for a small package. I just think it looks beautiful. Now, I haven't used this ribbon before, so you can see it kind of has this raw edge. I prefer for my ribbons to have an angled edge. So I'm just going to cut that now, just like so. I'm going to take my ribbon up, make sure we're going to have plenty of room for our base, and cut an identical angle here. Now we'll take this and tie down just like so. Make sure it gets nice and tight and the center of your bow is in the center of your package. Here's what we're going to do next. We're going to take our ribbon and just create a couple loops like this. 1 loop, 2 loops. I usually do 4. Like I said, I like a big bow. And on all of this, I'm not a professional. This is just how I like to wrap packages. I've never done this professionally. This is just me showing you how I do it. You don't have to do it the same way. You can adjust it to however you like. So you guys can see I've got 4 loops here now. Again, I'm going to cut another angle. I'll just go right in between my wreaths. And then what I'm going to do is set the 4 loops right in the center here, and then I'm going to tie a knot. Now you can also tie a bow in the center. I'm going to tie a knot, and then I'll show you what I'll do with the longer strings in just a moment. Then I'm going to take the loops that we created and separate them like so, and then I'm going to pull them tight so they stand up in really tall loops. That way the bow looks really, really nice and voluminous. So I'm kind of happy with how this bow is looking. What I do now is just make another mock loop. I'm going to take these ends and tuck them under the center of the bow, just like so. And then we kind of have like a nice little 6-point bow. And that was how I wrap Christmas presents. Like I said, this is my technique. This is how I like doing it. I love seeing how you guys do things. You let me know what you think. So this is my basics for how to wrap a present, how to make the most of your scraps. Now let me show you guys just a few more ideas for how you can take your packages to the next level. So let's say you don't like the 6-point bow. Instead of creating 4 loops, what you're going to do is when you take your big piece and initially take it across your package, you're going to cut shorter strands. These are your shorter strands that you cut, and just do 2 big loops and fasten them together with the ones that you already created and cut a little bit shorter. If you don't like that look, go for something like this. just a regular bow. All you're going to need is one longer piece of ribbon. Everybody knows how to tie a bow, and voila, you get a super cute look like that. So, options. Here's another example of when we used our scraps. This is a great way to make the most of your paper to prevent waste. This again was from a reversible set. This time we did it with the bow actually going on top of it, and I think it just creates this really cool textured layered effect. I think it's beautiful, and again, you're not creating so much waste, which I love. All right, now let's move on to creating stacked presents and then adding greenery. Okay, so here's a package that is already beautiful, but say you wanted to take it over the top. One thing that I love doing is adding natural greenery to packages. It looks so old-fashioned and gorgeous. Let's head out into the yard, cut a trimming, put it in, and just so you can see, it truly does make a difference, makes it pop. Okay, so I just stuck this into the center of the bow, and I think it looks so beautiful, and it brings some red, some contrast to the package, which I think looks really nice. Easy thing to do it last minute or else it will get a little wilty and sad, but this one's for Meredith. You're welcome, Meredith. Izzy, do you like it? Yeah. Okay, so here's something else I absolutely love to do. These weren't necessarily reversible. If you do have reversible paper, most of the time it's really easy because they're just automatically coordinates. However, if you don't, finding your own coordinates, mixing and matching papers for a little stacked package. So this is a gift that I got for my dad. It's a pair of boots and a pair of socks. It's really fun because these go together, and rather than just putting them all in one box, it gives people more to unwrap. Plus, I think it looks really beautiful, and then picking a ribbon that just brings it all together makes it so much fun. I know when I get a stacked present, I get so excited. That is another one of my favorite things, and that's my last tip. So let's go shout out some subscribers before we go. Okay, you guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful or instructional. I had so much fun sharing my wrapping technique with you guys and showing some of the ways that I like to get creative to make packages special and memorable. I love you guys so much. Thank you for taking time out of your day to be here with me. I want to give a special thank you to Madison T. Madison, we met recently on one of my premieres and you were in the live chat and you were so sweet. And I'm really, really grateful you're here. I'd love to get to know you more. And I just want to thank you for your kindness and your support. Without you, without all of you, I really feel like I would just be missing so much joy and happiness in my life. So thank you all. I love you so much, and I can't wait to see you next time right here on Alleyways. Bye!